Our theology is one that is to be proclaimed. It's foundational in who we are and what we believe as Lutheran Christians. At Hope Lutheran Church, we're embarking upon a journey in trying to accept the challenge that is placed before us to share the gospel and have a zeal for doing that. The challenge is there an avenue or a process that we can walk with our congregation to get evangelism into the hearts and the culture and the mindset of our congregation members and within ourselves as pastors too. I don't want to leave ourselves out of it. So sometimes we just need the avenue, and that's what I think the evangelist class has given us.
Evangelist training here at Hope has been amazing. I really love that we got a wonderful group of people that are interested in learning how to share Jesus with others. As simple as that, we just want to know more about how to effectively share the love of Jesus with the lost. So it started a few weeks ago, and we're almost done with it.
I didn't realize how much more I needed to learn too. You grow up in church and you grow up going all the time, and you just don't realize how much you don't know until you start delving in again, and with people that are all very smart, very educated around us. It was kind of eye-opening.
So one thing for me that I really hadn't thought much about, is summarizing the story of the Bible. Like, one of the questions that we had to answer was summarize the Old Testament, and that was such an overwhelming question, but it really made me stop and think about, what is the thesis of the Old Testament and the New Testament and just all of it. And so it's been really valuable to me to approach it from a storytelling perspective versus hearing the story perspective.
It was real fundamental Lutheranism. So it was almost like going back through the catechism again to teach us about the parts that people may ask us about what our faith specifically teaches as we reach out and learn about them and where they are in life and where their walk is, which is a natural question from a lot of people. So asking a lot of questions, kind of diving deep into their lives, trying to form that relationship where they're comfortable with you sharing the gospel, that's all been very helpful.
Confidence. You go out and, you're told to be all these things your whole life. Share the faith, proclaim the gospel. But how are you supposed to just know how to do that? So the natural human instinct is to say, no, someone else can do it. But no, it's given me a lot more confidence to know what to do, what to say, to give them law, to give them gospel, to be able to look at that person as more than just a thing and as a person and have a genuine passion for that soul, and to be able to say, I know what to say to you right now.
At work, I'm constantly surrounded by people who not necessarily are Christians, and I have opportunity to witness to them. For example, one time at lunch, I like to kind of get away and just seek a refuge just so that I could think or pray. And this one specific place I go to, there happens to be a lady already sitting there, and she was really in tears. And I felt like, I needed to say something. So I asked her, hey, is everything okay? And so there was an opportunity for her to share what's going on in her life. And I was there to listen. And then I offered, hey, do you want me to pray with you? And she was very open to that.
Pastor Eric and Pastor Dan, they both signed up for the training, and they were both curious. They would ask questions, and it just literally melted my heart to see how humble these men of God are, that they could come and sit down and just take this training with other lay people and walk with them together.
Yeah, I tried very hard to just be student first, and to just wear the student hat, because I have a lot to learn. I have a lot to grow in, and I love being able to chime in and share, but at the same time to listen, not only to Noemi but from our congregation members, and to have them express such awesome faith and awesome attitudes for reaching out. That was very heartwarming for me to hear that from members of our church. We work hard and hope they get the message, and to hear them articulate, I get it, it was very a good thing for me to hear that.
We're going to have our celebration on the 30th, and we're calling it a sending celebration. It's still like a mission festival celebration kind of thing, and they're just being blessed and being sent. Pastor Lincoln's going to preach, and then we're going to do a little certification ceremony thing when they're handed their certificates of completion and being prayed over and sent.
But God showed His love for us. He showed His heart for us. That while we were still sinners, Christ died for us.
So, say yes, I promise with the help of God.
Yes, I promise with the help of God.
Well, it was extremely humbling to begin with. I really had some feelings of unworthiness when I was up there that, I've been given such a massive responsibility, and I'm hoping that God gives me the strength to carry through and complete the task like I need to.
Called and commissioned servant of God, I commission you and send you as evangelists of the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Can you turn around? My brothers and sisters, I present to you our new evangelist for the Texas District for the glory of God.
We're trying to raise people who will share the gospel with the people in their community, with other people in their community. If that becomes a church, then God bless it. If it doesn't, then we're still sharing the gospel. God bless it.